Well, happy first day of I don't know legal tampering period or whatever it is. That was pretty exciting. The big news of the day, of course, the Bears signed a pretty good but elderly safety, and then overpaid a hilariously mediocre running back. And the Packers promptly signed a much better safety and a much better running back and didn't pay very much more money. So, as per usual, the Bears suck. The Packers win like they always do, and yeah, the Bears are a bunch of big freaking losers. Uh, so first reactions to the Josh Jacobs signing. I think obviously it's just going to depend on what version of Josh Jacobs do we get. He was kind of mediocre-ish in 2023. And if that's the version we get of him, then I think $14.5 million is a little bit rich for 1 year. But if we get the guy he's been for the first 3 years of his NFL career, no problem with it. And pretty excited to see this rushing attack. Josh Jacobs obviously super fun to watch. Sad to see Aaron Jones go, but I guess kind of relieved that we're not paying both Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs. Although, when we're spending as little on our wide receiver and tight end room as we are, who cares what you pay your running backs? Ryan, reaction to running back news.
Well, after I let it kind of settle in and look at the contract, it really feels like we have an unsettled running back room for the most part. Jones and Dillon are gone, and we have effectively a 1-year deal with Josh Jacobs. If it works, that's awesome, because all told, if he runs out this contract, it's a pretty low price for a guy that's going to be one of the better running backs in football. If it doesn't work out, obviously it sucks that we paid him as much as we did for a year for subpar running back who probably isn't going to be as good as what we would have got from Aaron Jones. But at the same time, either way, we only would have had probably 1 more year with Jones anyways. So, if it doesn't work out, we structured a contract so that we can move on. Which is why the only real big takeaway from this, aside from, all right, cool, it'd be great if it pans out, we get a guy for 4 years, is that we need to invest in running back. As weird as that sounds, like we took a big swing at running back, and you look at it and go, we don't have running backs, and we need to draft running backs.
Hey there, Jake. Hi. One of the big takeaways for me from today. We drafted a 2024 answer at the safety problem, 2024 answer at the running back problem. They may draft safety. They may draft running back. But Goody clearly is feeling good about going into this draft with the flexibility to just swing for whoever he wants and just come away with good football players. So, are they going to still take swings at the positions where we are not feeling great about the future? Right guard, I think, is a question mark for a lot of people. As you're saying, running back 2, by golly, that's Blake Corum's music. But no question about it, the flexibility that we've got here is premium. And it gives us the ability to maybe trade up and go get a player we want, or just draft some more developmental guys who we think can be super studs going forward. Xavier McKinney, man, the thing about signing these 2 guys that we got today, I think it was like more fun than the 2019 free agency spending, because Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney are guys that all the fans wanted and were talking about. This is like the type of swing that you see other teams go make sometimes. Obviously was a lot of fun watching Za'Darius and Preston and Amos, over the next couple of years. But I think the reaction from some fans at the time was like, who the heck is Preston Smith? So for that reason, I think this is a little more fun. Bittersweet though. David Bakhtiari and Aaron Jones finally gone. Sad day. Writing was on the wall. I don't think anybody was surprised by either move. Oh, and Devondre Campbell is gone too. So there's that.
There's sort of gradations to, or levels of surprise. I think Aaron Jones was the biggest surprise. It was obviously possible, but it sounded like they were going to get a deal done. They were going to figure it out. I had made a brief comment when I was streaming about Josh Jacobs, and how that, that might be used as sort of a club against Aaron Jones to say, okay, we got this guy, so we don't need you, so you have to agree to this or you're out. And it sounds like that didn't work too well, and he just said, well, then I guess I'm out. But yeah, after that, I mean, I think David Bakhtiari was the most obvious, and then probably sandwiched in between was Devondre Campbell, at least for me.
Yeah, I think the Devondre thing caught me the most by surprise, because even though every other Packers commentator out there said that Devondre was definitely gone, I was kind of a holdout of like, no, I think they really like him. I think they might bring him back, and they didn't. The Aaron Jones thing, I know that they wanted to pair Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones together, but obviously you didn't have the Aaron Jones deal done when you signed Josh Jacobs. He does give you that flexibility to say, listen, dude, we got our price. We're willing to go this far. You got to meet us. So, looking at places he might go, that dude has scored a lot of touchdowns in Dallas.
Right. That would
seems
suck.
to be a good stadium for him. Just say that.
Yeah. Makes sense, though.
I'd like to see him go to Houston.
Thank you.
Heard that whisper.
Thank you.
That would be
Please
fun.
go there. I'll root for that team a lot if he goes there. That'll be like AFC team number 1 for me if he goes there. No questions asked.
Here's a move that I think would be stupid. David Bakhtiari to the Jets, because that dude has talked so much in the last year and a half about how anti-turf he is, to go play at MetLife Stadium.
But he's going to do it anyways, yeah.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers will probably talk him into it,
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
for sure.
GM Aaron Rodgers is already told, what's his name, Woody Johnson, to get out his checkbook because he's signing David Bakhtiari. But dude, yeah. Why would you do it if you're David?
I think there's an underrated destination for him that doesn't involve turf that I kind of like.
Okay.
Which is?
Arizona. And here's why.
Arizona doesn't have anything going for it. They just signed.
That's false.
Justin Jones.
I don't care about signing Justin Jones. I don't care. They're going to cut him a year from now. Nobody's going to think anything twice about it. They're just.
I'm just saying that's the most exciting thing they have going on, and he sucks.
That's not true. It's not true.
I just want to take a swing at Justin Jones. All right, go ahead.
I know you do.
Tell us the Arizona thing.
No, because I think Humphrey's at injury right now. I think you're expecting Paris Johnson Jr. to take a step. Right. I think you have so much capital, like truly to potentially be an ascending team out there. I know the division's tough. Don't really care. You got a lot of capital. You're going to add Marvin Harrison Jr. potentially in this draft. You could add somebody like Jerson Newton at 27 or a corner that you like or really anything. They have so much capital. They don't know what to do with it all. And not to mention, I think their offensive coordinator is excellent. He was out there, one of my favorite games of the year, just messing around with Philly because he's like, I know what you guys are doing. Let me flex 2 tight ends out wide to flex on you, and I'm still going to run the ball. Like, I think they're really well set up to run the football out there. McBride's an ascending player. And in theory, they could add Harrison Jr. and Worthy to that team in April. Immediately you get better on offense, and they have enough to add to the defense as well. I agree. I think the Justin Jones signing is stupid. Truthfully, it's just probably just be like, oh, we signed somebody. Look at this. Like, just kind of like showing you're doing something. Anything like they signed Sean Murphy Bunting as well. That one kind of got thrown under the radar a little bit. I like that a lot.
Do we factor in that their quarterback sucks or no?
No, not at all.
Okay.
They're just exciting.
All right.
Listen, if your quarterback sucks, there's an easy solution to that. Hello, here's this guy at 4th overall. Just feed him. Feed this man. Like, I know you're not great, but just feed him. Feed him and McBride. We're going to get guys open like for you, and I think their offensive coordinator can do it. So, like, they might be able to just kind of make things easy for him, which, kind of what they need.
This is Justin Jones' reaction to the Cardinals swooping him out of Chicago, where he doesn't have to play the Packers ever again.
Probably.
It's great.
What do you guys think about John Runyon getting the Al Lazard MVS deal in free agency? Holy cow.
Good for him.
That was like $8 million per year off from what I thought he was going to get.
No kidding.
Hey, good for him. Get in the bag.
Well, I mean, it's just
good
funny
job by
because
the agent. You know,
somebody was talking about the fact that running back values are undervalued right now. So why not pick up on the extra value since nobody wants to pay him? Guard is through the roof for whatever reason. So the obvious answer is don't do it, right? Don't overpay for a guard. If the price is that high, don't pay it. But you got teams out there going, well, if that's the price, I guess we got to do it. No, you don't. You don't have to do it. Do something else. I don't. I mean, I'll invest in a 6th round guard and we'll frickin' figure it out. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not doing that. That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, you look at like Sean Ryan sucked this year, but he basically sucked almost as equally as John Runyon did. So let's not pay John Runyon $30 million, and let's just roll with like basically not a downgrade and try and improve in another way. Improve in the draft, whatever. Maybe you try Royce Newman for the 50th time. I don't know.
Right.
Anything other than paying John Runyon $30 million.
Yeah, the gap between the two becomes non-existent in the, when you look at $10 million a year.
It's like, oh man, I just think that Runyon is clearly better than Sean Ryan.
Suddenly Runyon looks really good. I don't know why.
How much better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really like that guy.
A very interesting day for the Giants. Very interesting day.
That conversation between
Runyon, Devin Singletary, by the way. Hey, look at all these cool running backs people are getting. Don't worry, we'll add to it Devin Singletary. And then they traded 2 and 5 for Burns. So I have no idea what's going on over there. I have no clue. I'm not sure what they're doing.
The conversation between the Giants and Runyon's agent has to have been like so much crapping on Luke Butkus. Like, listen, let me tell you, Runyon really is good. You don't understand. Like, Luke Butkus was and Josh Myers, the worst, just sabotaging poor Runyon. He is worth this much per year, guaranteed. I mean, you put him in your elite offense, sky's the limit.
Here we go. We updated it thanks to Mike Hebring, a.k.a. Packer Superfans, $1.99 dono.
He says, I'm cool with Jones out, but not Jacobs in. Here's the thing. You got to have somebody run the ball.
That's a fair point.
Somebody's got to do it. And the Packers fan base apparently forbids the bringing back of A.J. Dillon. Like, anytime you just mildly suggest it, it's verboten.
Can't do it.
So, basically your only options are go sign Zach Moss, apparently. I don't know why we're considering that. Or here's the 3 guys you're allowed to draft this year, and don't you dare go outside of that range. So, Mike, I don't know if you were around at the beginning of this when I did the intro, but I basically said, like, look, it depends on what version of Josh Jacobs you get, because he's 26 years old. So, as long as you don't just get a repeat of 2023 or get worse than that, and like the 2023 season, I don't put an enormous amount of stock in the fact that like the whole team sucked, but we did also know that the relationship between Josh Jacobs and the Raiders sucked. He didn't want to be there. He was trying to hold out before the season began. Yeah. So I just think like we saw how clearly elite he was for 2 of his first 3 years in the league. His second year was still fine. And that didn't reach the peak that year 1 and year 3 did. So, and if he does suck this year, if 2024 is just another disaster year, okay, then this is a deal you can get out of really easily. So, clearly this is a deal that is structured to favor the Packers and their flexibility.
Yeah, and we did talk about it earlier. That's the benefit of the contract is if it was a bad decision, it ends up not being a bad decision because we'll get out of it after a year. So, I mean, honestly, the scarier one is McKinney because McKinney has a real life contract. So if that doesn't pan out and he sucks, we're stuck with the guy for a while. Yep. So we're just going to have to eat that. With Josh Jacobs, we're going to give him a trial to see if he can actually prove that he can get back to the guy that he was. And if he doesn't, he's out of here. And it's that simple.
Where are you guys feeling comfort-wise with Xavier McKinney? Because before free agency, Basically, every Packers commentator put their stamp of approval on Xavier McKinney as the pickup. I think when you look at just his season by season performance, you're looking at didn't really do anything year one in 2020. Really good 2021. Weird kind of blip year in 2022. Elite year 3. Where are you guys at comfort wise here? There's been a lot of analysis leading up to this about how McKinney was not just a good player, but also sort of uniquely qualified to be that eraser free safety for Jeff Hafley's defense. What do you guys say?
Go ahead, Jake.
I think that, from the snippets I've seen from the season, like that I remember, I do feel like, he plays on the field much different than what like all that testing stuff was pre-draft. I feel like there's enough range there with him, and I think enough, angle discipline where you don't see him like flattening out a lot. Where there's a lot of things safeties have trouble with is they're kind of like drift. I know where I need to, and then you kind of like lose where you're at on the field relative to the receiver, and you're like, how did I get 10 yards behind this guy? That's a lot of these safeties in the draft have a problem with. And it feels like he doesn't have that problem. He drives really well on crossing routes. And I do think he has, the instincts to be a playmaker. And I think there might even be a little bit of flexibility there. Like, maybe you can drop him into the box a little bit at times and let him, kind of poach stuff in the middle of the field as well. And so with that, it gives you some flexibility now in the draft to kind of be like, all right, is there somebody we like even more at free safety than we like McKinney? Can we kind of, tweak that around? Like they probably won't do that, but then, it still opens the door for, okay, is there a flexible safety in the draft that, does maybe a little bit better in the box than he does in coverage? But then we have that option, right, at any time we would like to kind of like, all right, can we make that adjustment like post snap and, have somebody be able to play in the back end as well? Like, I think if you have McKinney and you have another safety, either in free agency or the draft, that lets you be flexible on the back end and in the box, I think this defense could give a lot of teams trouble in that regard. And I do think McKinney is good. I think there's a lot to like. Do I like it a lot at 17 per year? That's a fair question. I think you can ask. But it sounded like that
fourth highest paid safety in the league right now.
Right. And so that's, but if you're going after him, like it sounds like that's what he was going to get. That's what I saw that about, I don't know if you guys saw that. It was like maybe 11:30 Central Time, 11:45, where it was kind of like, yeah, so McKinney's going to get about 16 million a year, maybe more. And it was kind of like, all right, well, that's probably the number if there are enough teams interested. Clearly Philadelphia was as well. So, maybe, Good was like, we got to have this guy. If it takes a few more million, that is what it is. But yeah, I probably have higher expectations for him because I think it's, it's a very crucial part of this defense. It kind of like running back is going to be crucial on offense, but it just feels like last line of defense, like this is an aggressive defense. Don't want to give up explosive plays, and limit them as much as possible. Like McKinney's going to be very crucial. So I'm really hoping that this is just one of those times where Goody got aggressive and that it's going to pan out.
Jake, do you want to add Jordan Fuller as well?
Yeah, I would like to. Yes. I don't know what it's going to cost. I suddenly we're throwing out money at safety, running back, and guard in this free agency period. That just felt like, might not happen. I get the Jacobs deal is nice because it feels like, when you look back at that deal versus Aaron Jones's deal, it's like obviously the bare bones of it, without digging a whole lot deeper, is exactly the same. 4 for 48. Like the running back market has not moved. But there are safeties that have gotten significant money in it, and it feels like, I think if Fuller is available at like decent budget, I don't think you hesitate. I don't know if it's going to be more difficult now. I don't know if Fuller is seeing all this and goes, hey, can I get like 8 or 9 million a year? Like, is that possible for me? Because teams are going to be desperate. That's where I might draw the line. And I think there are other names you could look at, but I'd be down as long as it's for the right price.
Well, getting back to the Xavier McKinney thing, first of all, as far as the price tag, I'm kind of shocked to find out that he was the fourth highest in terms of how low that is. I don't know what universe you have one of the highest performing safeties at just 24 years old coming out of their rookie contract and you don't reset the market. That seems automatic to me. That's just what you do. A mid-range quarterback that sucks, that's getting a new contract, is going to reset the market. So the fact that he comes in fourth highest behind guys that signed a couple years ago is astonishing to me. And then as far as, the excitement, I see, comments about he's going to be the strong safety or whatever. I don't think so.
That's a lot
he's
for a strong safety.
They're not paying 17
right.
for a strong
well,
safety.
and let me do a sales pitch, because I understand, like, well, he's a good tackler and he's slow. Like, okay, well, first of all, well, he doesn't run a 4.3, so he's slow, Jake. You got to wake up here. This is what happens. So that was kind of a faulty narrative to begin with, the fact that you have to run a 4.3. Kind of touched on Fuller and whatnot, and a lot of these guys, the top guys in the league right now that are playing are not 4.3 guys necessarily. But there was this tweet from Steve Palazzolo that I really liked. It says, since entering the league, new Packers safety Xavier McKinney has the number one PFF coverage grade when lined up at free safety, 92.0. So as far as Xavier McKinney is, since he came into the league several years ago, there is no better free safety in the NFL, which again, how did he not reset the market? I don't understand that, other than the league has since decided we're not paying safeties anymore. But again, that's that discrepancy there, or that disparity. He's worth more than this, but we're just not, the market is not going there. So we're paying less than what he's worth, but we're just paying at the high end of what the spectrum actually is. So I think $17 million, assuming he can live up to it. That's the whole caveat here. He has to continue playing this way. If he falls off, obviously we're screwed. That's the case with every player, not even just free agent. Every player on our team could fall off. But, if he continues to do this, if he is the best free safety with the Green Bay Packers in Hafley's scheme, $17 million is not going to... I'm not going to sweat a single drop over something so stupid as that. That is well worth that amount of money. What do we got going on here?
He's slow.
He doesn't run a 4.3, so he's slow.
Oh, all right. Oh, I see. He's
so
slow.
funny.
It's
so funny. Yeah, just somebody needs to go find a GPS time tossed out. Maybe Next Gen Stats had something long ago, and it's like, oh, he's and you compare him to others. He's like, wait a minute, this guy ran a 4.3, but he's not faster on the field. What's going on? Yeah, because he's hesitating because he knows, oh, I know how to get out of a starting block and run 40 yards, but boy, do I have to make path adjustments? I have to stay at speed for that. Like, I'm sure there are discrepancies there.
Well, that's where, like, who's the Baltimore guy? The guy that's safety?
Hamilton. Couldn't run the 40 in a straight line?
I have never seen a bigger discrepancy between what I watched that guy do in college and what his 40 time was. Because I watched him, and I swear, that guy took 3 steps, and he was all the way across the field and lighting people up, and he had this ridiculously slow 40. And it's like, I don't understand how that's possible. I swear. Like, I don't know how to... I'm not timing it. I don't know how to time it, but I'm just watching it. It's like, this guy is closing so fast. So yeah, there's such a huge. That's why I just wish everything had GPS times on it. We need to be able to see miles per hour when they're doing football stuff.
I know. So I don't know why the Next Gen Stats thing on the Prime broadcast doesn't get more looks, because it's like, oh, he's moving this fast, like they have it so quick, and everything, is on time, and like you get all that stuff pretty quickly, right? Senior Bowl's got the tracking stuff, like you could just see all that right away, after practices. And so, yeah, with Hamilton, it was just kind of like, yeah, like you say, he's such a long strider combined with like enough speed to play a position. And Kyle Hamilton's like, so Cardinal Jones is like, I'm not here to play school. Kyle Hamilton's like, I'm not here to play, underwear Olympics. Bro. Yeah, I'm here to play football, bro. That's what I do. Kuli Puka Nakua was the same way, right? Nakua's like 40. What are we doing here?
Right.
I need to run routes, find space in zone.
Bro, I'm a
catch
football player. All right.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Watch me run 20 miles an hour in the gauntlet. Like, check me out. Like, this is I'm catching a football here. I'm not just running out of a starting block, which I never do line up at receiver. It's like, who cares? Yeah.
So this is Tyreek Hill running 22 point something miles per hour, which AWS claims, I guess, is the fastest speed of the season by any player. Okay, so Tyreek. All right. And where's McKinney? There's McKinney. And catches him.
Wait, he caught a 23-mile-an-hour guy? How's that possible?
That doesn't make sense.
He ran a 4.6.
He's a 4.6 guy. You can't catch him.
So Tyreek Hill sets the fastest mile per hour of the season, and then on that play, Xavier McKinney catches up.
Caught him from behind, yeah.
So, yeah, super slow. He can't play free safety.
Yeah, I feel like the 40 time has kind of broken all of us, myself included. It's so hard to get out of that mindset of like, this is your speed number. This is your, and it really is not even close.
Puka doesn't seem like the guy who would do it, but if like Keon Coleman's good, please, Keon Coleman, walk out like in front of every game with like 4.61 on your shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Please just be like, hey, look at me. Yeah, 4.61. I'm a top 15 receiver in football. Like that would be, this is the ultimate. Like this combine is so dumb.
Right.
Like,
well, I mean, if he does pull a Puka Nacua, that's 2 years in a row that exact same thing happened.
Right.
We just got to take the 40 and freaking burn it with fire.
Yeah, seriously. Like, if you want to look at like flying 20s for deep threats, awesome. Like,
sure.
Cool. You can check that out. You want that, 10-yard split for O-line, for edge rushers, sure, that's fine. I don't need my linebackers and safeties in a starting block. Quay Walker, you'd love to see him just stand out there like he's an edge rusher right before the snap. He's like, I'm blitzing, and he's in a starting block. Like, oh God, it is truly like, just put GPS for all the drills if that's what you need to do.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't need the spectacle of running the 40.
Right. Just have them do football drills and then track their speed as you do it.
Yeah. How hard could that possibly be?
Too hard.
Do that. Also have them run all the way down the field. Just say, hey, listen, run as far and as fast as you can. When you want to slow down, go ahead, but we're going to GPS you. So,
yeah, just get a top speed off them just for fun. Rather than the 40, like if you want a fun spectacle, let's get a top speed off these guys.
Yeah. I mean, we'll start seeing like 24 miles an hour. Some of these, some of these guys. Like this, it's going to be so much freaking fun.
Worthy had to be going that fast.
What?
Worthy had to be going that fast.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well, and that's the other thing. Like, come on,
Like,
publish it, man. Come on, give me that.
Yeah, I want to know how fast he was running. Right.
That's what the people want to know.
Yeah. But the NFL's got to be secretive about that stuff.
I don't understand that.
Don't make the game much more interesting with all of that.
No.
Right?
Keep
it archaic. Get out there in your underwear and run that 40.
Yes, we have entertainment, and no, you can't see it.
Kirk Cousins got another fully guaranteed contract, which is just amazing. His only contract he's ever signed that wasn't fully guaranteed was his rookie deal. He has earned $411 million.
That dude's making money, man. Holy cow.
$329 million of it was fully guaranteed. So his 2012, he signed his 4-year rookie deal. Since then, he signed 6 fully guaranteed deals. This latest one for $150 million. What a businessman.
Yeah.
Who's his agent?
I don't know, but like
somebody very wealthy. It's probably Drew Rosenhaus.
It could be.
Probably.
Someone made this joke on Twitter today and I thought it was hilarious. Someone goes, whatever congregation he's tithing to, they're living right now, man. They are living.
It's Mike McCartney. That's his agent.
That's hilarious. Oh yeah, because he broke. Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Dude, why doesn't Mike McCartney get more
hysterical
respect?
Thing I saw all day. I'm like,
that is funny.
They're going to be a mega church soon, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're like, my goodness, they were there. Everybody was there today. The whole congregation was at church today on a Monday. Like, all right, what's this Cousins number going to be? Like, we go live to the congregation. Oh my gosh, they're jumping up and down. It's a party. There's confetti. Just be one of the most.
It'll be like that. What is that video where they're like all in a bar watching the TV, and then everyone jumps up and down and starts.
Yes. Oh my gosh, someone needs to make that meme.
Somebody needs to make that
happen immediately.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, with the huge giant screen and all that. Yeah, we need to do that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's
where does Cousins have better weapons, in Atlanta or Minnesota?
I'm starting to wonder if we'll see what happens with Cousins. I'm starting to wonder if the Falcons are going to be the new Broncos, where we talk about how great their weapons are every year, and it's like, when are we going to see something? Because I keep hearing about Jerry Jeudy and all this crap, and it's just nothing's happening. So, I mean, if they light it up, great. If they don't, I think they're the new Broncos.
I think what'll be interesting is if they're actually like the 2022 Lions, where it's like, oh, the offense is so good, but we better win every game 38-35 or, we're in trouble. It feels like they could kind of – it's just the Saints are in such disarray. Carolina's Carolina. They're hilarious.
Just giving away all their players.
Right. Yeah. Right. Carolina's just like, how about we give away Burns and let's pay up to $100 million for, it was like the 8th ranked guard on a lot of, free agency boards that people.
They finally find success with their player and they're like, nah, I don't feel like it. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey, send him to a Super Bowl contender. That ain't
3
us.
years. Yeah. 3 years in a row. McCaffrey, see ya. DJ Moore, see ya. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see it. Brian Burns, see ya.
They could actually have a pretty decent team if they just stopped giving their players away all the time.
The all ex-Panthers team is sick.
So good.
What a good team. But yeah, I mean, I think
Baker's really their quarterback, isn't he? Baker is the ex-Panther quarterback.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Baker was there. Oh man.
Oh Lord. Should track how much money ex-Panthers have made so far.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
New game.
Somebody drop it in the comments, will you?
Well, Frankie Lulu, I think, just signed for some decent money in Washington as well.
Did he?
So, yeah, I mean, it's just a mass exodus, and I don't blame him. I will say one more thing about Atlanta, really quick, is, would they dare a 4th year in a row? They're at pick 8. Could it be Roma Dunze? Could it be Brock Bowers? Would they dare do that again? Probably not. But boy, would that be kind of sick, honestly.
Yeah, it would
happen again. They're like, you know what? Our O-line's like decent. We'll take that. It's just, the fan base. That's a fan base that loses its mind. You want to put that up, in that meme with the people cheering. Wait till Dunze at 8.
I'll take it a step further. They should do that. I think they should draft a Dunze. Awesome. A Dunze, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. I mean, it's almost like when the Lions went out and got Eric Ebron when they already had a great offense and a terrible defense. They were just like, screw it. Let's just load it up. Just do it, man. Just lean into it.
I agree.
Nobody's going to be mad at you.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Or, I mean, what's Ridley's price looking like?
Yeah.
As well. Like, could bring him back, let him go to Atlanta for some picks. And, it's not working there. Oh, they wanted Gabe Davis? Why don't you come on back?
I tell you, I'm shaking my boots over here. The Bears had all this cap space. They were going to get all these free agents. They were talking about Josh Jacobs was one of the guys they were going to get last year. And we have DeAndre Swift, Kevin Byard, Montez Sweat, a couple of linebackers, that one guard, Nate whoever, who never played.
Davis.
Woo! We're stacked, boys.
The best thing about Chicago today was kind of like, oh, these guys are paying these running backs. This is really fun. And it's like, oh, wait, but you did it wrong with DeAndre Swift. You kind of did that wrong. Like, you didn't get Barkley. Whoops. Like, I don't know. They're hilarious. They're hilarious over there.
The Packers came away with, like, legitimately one of only 2 free agent running backs I would have been at all interested in.
Exactly.
Being Austin Eckler and Josh Jacobs. Those are the only 2 guys I would have remotely considered. And between the 2 of them, probably would have leaned Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Bears paid basically about the same amount of money for like,
Swift.
I mean,
They
like,
watched that one game against the Vikings over and over where they handed it to him 33 times
Yeah,
because they knew the
right.
Vikings didn't have a run defense. So they were like, oh, we can just overpower them with 5 brutes at offensive line. They're like, you know what? I bet we can do that. We have the same offensive line, right? We can do that.
Be the same thing,
He
dude.
lost the job by the end of the year, basically. They were kind of like, God, this is not working anymore. Right? Like when we couldn't run inside zone, it's like, well, I don't know if Swift can pick the right gap now. It was sick when we could drive 5 Jason Kelce's through a gap that he could run through, but like he kind of, I don't know, he kind of lost that favor, and that was very clear. And the Eagles were like, yeah, we'll let you walk. We're gonna get Barkley. What? Are you serious? Sure. How
low would DeAndre Swift's price have to be for you to be interested in having him on your team?
He has to pay me. He's to pay me. There's got to be some going on where, like, you know, you're contributing. You're contributing your money to the team. I'm not paying you anything.
I'm not paying you, and you better bring in donuts every morning.
Yeah, bring the donuts. You know, bring some water to practice.
DeAndre Swift
give
is
me
like
a golf cart.
He's the Nathaniel Hackett of running backs. It's like, okay, you can come here if that means that a much better player is coming with you. That's the only way you're here.
Right. Can you draw somebody to come with you? Because then we can talk.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
So, do you think any more moves are coming for the Packers in free agency as far as bringing somebody in?
I would guess yes.
I think there's got to be somebody.
Like the guard market is kind of horrible.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
But like a second safety or a linebacker would make sense.
I think
maybe,
especially
maybe a nickel defender.
Yeah, I would expect. Supposedly Keyshawn's coming back. We'll see what happens with that. But
that's what the streets say.
I'm kind of wondering if, you know, as the market cools down, you know, this is sort of the overpay day when everybody kind of gives the big money. And then as time goes on, that's when the prices start to fall. I wonder if they're going to maybe bargain bin some of these guys. I was upset to see Buffalo re-sign my safety. What's his name?
Rapp.
Yeah, Taylor Rapp. I was kind of bummed about. I thought he'd be a solid, strong safety, but still got Cameron Curl out there. I feel like he could probably get signed for pretty cheap. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see what kind of guys are out there. Otherwise, you know, we'll go with what we got and then just lean into the draft. But I kind of feel like we could use one more at least.
What do you guys think about Travis's question here? Why didn't they at least try to trade Jones?
I just don't think teams are going to trade for running backs. It's hard to do. I know Philly gave up like a 4th last year for Swift. That was just kind of like their version of like, we're not picking a running back in the draft. Go get that guy.
Yeah.
I just don't think.
It might have honestly
Jerry
been...
Jones is fine spending money. I don't think he wants to trade for that spending money. I think, you know, Jerry Jones is kind of probably watching this going like, all right, just wait for them to release him. We'll give him $20 million a year. Don't worry, we got this.
It might have honestly also been somewhat of a professional courtesy to Aaron Jones, rather than saying you have to be stuck with this contract and, you know, we got to send you to, here's a handful of just cut him free and let him go earn the amount of money that he's going to earn.
Yeah, because the Packers.
Oh, hey, go to Washington. You're going to Washington,
right?
Like that would be kind of.
And you get no more money.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a dude that they clearly want to put in the Packers Hall of Fame. They love Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
You know, and like, listen, if you want to be back here, and we'd love to have you back here, we need you to take a pay cut. He's like, actually, I would like a pay raise, please. They're not going to turn around and ship him off to some garbage team. Can't do that to the man.
Right.
The freaking 49ers are signing all these edge rushers. They just signed Yetur Gross-Matos, and earlier they signed Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, their edges are pretty... It was a bad situation. I remember going through their mock draft, and it's like you got Bosa and Jack Squad after that.
Yeah, they weren't going to bring back Young. That was like a kind of like, oh, we're trading for him. Like if he's good, then we'll maybe consider it. Obviously did not work very well. And obviously they're letting Armstead go. So they've got some work to do on the defensive line.
I bet Armstead goes fine. That's a Bears name right there. Eric Armstead.
Yeah. Could be.
Here's some
Kind of like
here's
Cody
some guys
Whitehair.
out there who are still unsigned.
Yeah.
Daniil Hunter, Calvin Ridley,
Yep.
Derrick Henry,
Go get Daniil.
Ravens.
Chase Young. Oh, Derrick Henry went to the Ravens?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just guessing. I'm guessing.
Oh.
That would make a lot of sense.
I think
actually.
it's like him and Keaton Mitchell. That's like the ultimate Thunder.
It just
basically,
feels like a
right?
Ravens thing. Just big,
Yeah.
strong, just smash you in the mouth.
Yeah, I could have seen them going after Jacobs, honestly, as well. Like, truthfully, that kind of makes sense. Would have made sense, but too bad. A little slow on the draw there.
Same with the Eagles and McKinney. Whoops, a little slow there, boys.
Man, so close, so close.
Chase
It's
Young.
like the old guy with the $1.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta be quicker than that.
Chase Young, Justin Simmons, Quandre Diggs, Jordan Fuller, Alexander Madison, Willie Gay.
Alexander Matteson's on the "you have to pay me to play" as well, with Swift. They're both in that camp. They're both there.
And of course, Aaron Jones and David Bakhtiari. Oh,
Yeah.
could you imagine the Packers with David Bakhtiari, and Aaron Jones? Oh.
Oof. Bro.
Of course, Jimmy G and Sam Darnold are out there. Oh, and Justin Fields is going to the UFL, I guess.
Yeah, according to the poll.
I don't know
I saw-
it's got to be Seattle.
How
right?
is that poll doing? Do you think it's
I feel like it's-
Seattle?
I feel
What,
like
the
it has
Seattle
to
need a
be.
backup running back?
I mean,
Or are you thinking
yeah.
for a running?
I think their
Back-
committee would. I think their committee would be kind of sick out there. Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker, and Fields.
Sure.
I'm in.
why
The
not?
Freudian slip because I meant to say backup quarterback, but I said backup
And,
running
like-
back. So
And like, I feel like Fields could you could do this like 2 quarterback thing, where you're like, we'll throw it out to him, and he could just he could probably throw it far enough just for DK, who's left somebody in the dust.
Oh, yeah.
Like that would be honestly kind of sick to watch. But I don't know. It's just what is Vegas doing at QB? Very strange things going on down there. That feels like Jaden Daniels or bust. Truthfully, for them right
Oh, yeah.
now, it's just kind of we'll do whatever. If we don't get him, I guess Denver. But Sean Payton's mad at Russ. He hates Russ. He's not gonna. Fields holding on to the football is gonna drive him insane.
I mean,
don't
he
think
liked
that's the interest.
what's his nuts, Taysom Hill. Maybe he wants
Oh,
Taysom Hill
gosh.
as the QB2 to whoever they have.
Oh man, we're
Or
gonna do
Justin
two
Fields.
two QB sets. McCarthy, Fields. Let's ride.
Yep.
Oh,
Vikings
brother.
linebacker Jordan Hicks is signing a 2-year, $8 million deal with the Browns.
Interesting.
Who is
Jordan Hicks.
Interesting.
Jordan
That's
Hicks?
interesting. They let Walker go to Miami, a linebacker.
Hollywood Brown is still out there.
Chiefs.
Hey, I know we're all
be.
in on Jordan Fuller, but Kendall Fuller is still out there.
True.
Kendall Jenner.
True.
Oh, Xavier and Howard is still out there. We could have Xavier and Xavier.
Oh, that would be horrible. Just getting that wrong all the time doing
Yeah,
the podcast.
They're in a meeting, when they both get signed. They're like, all right, so who's going by X and who's not?
Yeah.
We gotta let the people know right now.
Well, McKinney's pinned tweet says, "Just call me X." So
There
I
you
guess
go.
that's our marching orders as podcasters.
Yep. X. I like that. That's
I gotta
pretty
see
cool.
if Xavier Howard says that.
Which is weird because I refuse to call Twitter X, but I'll call Xavier McKinney X, I
Yep.
guess.
That's the thing. I went and I
I'm in.
copied the symbol for the X platform, and I just been whenever I'm talking about Xavier McKinney, I just post that symbol.
Mike Hebring, a.k.a. Packer Superfan, with another $1.99 dono. Appreciate you, dude. He says, Vikings showing interest in 33.
Mike, you can keep your bad news to
that's
yourself. I don't need that kind of negativity in my
do
life.
this.
Appreciate the $1.99.
Don't do this, man.
Do we think Jones would do it?
No, Jones is a good guy. He's Jones is not evil. That's what it boils down to.
As much
What does it mean if he does? Are we suddenly glad that he left? You know what? You're a piece
No.
of crap anyways. You
No.
piece. You know what?
I think
I thought I knew you, man.
that's,
What if you were already
I feel better
glad
about that.
that he left because of the money, though?
Well, then the answer, I guess, is still yes.
I feel like I guess it would be a very much I thought I knew you situation. But it just feels like Jones has two options in Texas, I think.
Yeah.
And so like I think it'd be nuts if it was anywhere else. I saw people
Also the Raiders
daring to say, "Hey, what about the Jets for Aaron Jones?" What are you talking about? First off, don't ever disrespect Breece Hall like that. First of all, okay. Second of all, fix your O-line.
Right.
You have bigger problems. Shut your mouth. You're not getting him. You have tackle problems. Go fix that.
Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones are looking at the Jets offensive line going, I like it. Let's go play behind that.
It was fun.
They're
what did I...
You know what's even better is like that happens. You know, I'll look like an idiot, whatever. And then they'll be like, we'll just take Bowers at 10. What's on offensive line? Like they'll just
Here. I got the tweet for you right here. Let me share this.
Are the Jets if the Jets are seriously considering that, I would probably offer 58 for Breece Hall tomorrow. And we're good. We're totally good.
Breece Hall. Here, let me zoom in a little bit here. So the running back for the Jets says, looking at all these O-line signings, the Jets will always be the freaking Jets.
Yo. Breece, give me a call. My people talk to your people, all right? We'll get you out of there. We're gonna get you and Garrett out of there.
That is funny though, man. They just refuse to do a single thing to fix their offensive line.
It's crazy.
Fair, I'm not sure I would be giving Robert Hunt $100 million if I were them. There's going to be a second wave, but like, yeah, at the same time, it's kind of like, that exists, right? Like tackle's a position, Joe Douglas. You need to fix it.
It's crazy.
They're just gonna be like, you know what? Dwayne Brown and Mekhi Becton didn't want to go anywhere. Welcome back.
Hey, here's another name for you guys. Bobby Wagner is still out there, and despite the fact that he's 52, he still hasn't fallen off. Like he's still like even this past year had another great year.
I know. I was very surprised.
He won't quit.
That is a good call, though. I think linebacker is going to be a big one. I'd be surprised if they don't kind of dabble a little bit somewhere.
Yeah. Goody's like, all right, what if this is the year I go all in on safety, running back?
I was going to say, we talked so much trash about the Bears last year, and we're going to draft a running back, a linebacker, and a safety.
Hey, I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying it's a possibility that it'll happen.
That was my favorite thing. It was kind of like, oh my gosh, the Bears spent horribly at linebacker. And then by Super Bowl week, it was kind of like, maybe following the 49ers model of like two really, really good linebackers, no matter what the cost is, that seems like a good idea, no? And I'm just sitting there, I'm thinking like, wow, we've come a long way. Also, nice call, Chicago. You picked the right guys. So, yeah, I honestly cannot believe Wagner keeps doing this.
Yeah.
Where the fountain of youth is, I don't know.
He does.
Wagner knows. Wagner knows where that is.
All right, I'm going to read off some names. You guys give me the verbal thumbs up or thumbs down on these names here. Patrick Queen.
Sideways.
I would say sideways, except I know what the money's going to be.
Yeah, it's probably going to be pretty high.
Yeah, and that kind of puts me in a position where I'm like, oh, what? I'm going to let McDonald and company out there in the Pacific Northwest pay him $18 million a year instead.
Yeah, right.
What about safety Marcus May?
I don't know. I don't remember what I said about him. I don't remember. Was he even on your list?
I think he was on page 2 of my list.
Then probably no. It's probably a thumbs down then. He was. Let me just look him up real quick. He was big for a little while. Yeah, so he had a good run for like 3 years with the Jets. And then he got injured his final year, 2021. It looks like 2022, first year with New Orleans. He did have a 72 grade. Looked like he was doing good. Although he only played 600 snaps, so it looked like he got injured again. And then he got injured again in 2023. He only played 7 games. So,
Oh,
he's
you know
30 years
what?
old. I don't think he's played a full season since 2020.
Here's what's going on. He was
Oh.
not on my list because he just got released 4 days ago.
So the thing about Marcus May, and this is really interesting, looking at alignment snap counts, he played a lot more, a lot of free safety. This is really, really impressive that he was doing this, because I don't think he was necessarily viewed that way. So if you could get him back to 18 to 20, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to cost a heck of a lot. Like that might be like a tire kick situation. Genuinely.
Well, yeah, and then you're going to end up with a real low contract where it's like, look, you haven't been healthy in a long time. You're 30 years old. Like, you're getting bottom of the barrel freaking prove it money. I mean, it would be minimum? A prove it deal similar to that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'll put it here. Actually. Because like that might be
I'll do
minimum
sideways down.
Decent, like, last ditch effort. Like, yeah, we're still gonna draft somebody, but like, if everybody's commanding, like if the Fullers are commanding decent numbers.
Side note, you guys know Sione Vaki, right?
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you know there's a Sione Taki who's already in the NFL?
Taki, I was more aware
from BYU linebacker. Yep.
It's a hilarious name, Taki.
Yep.
Okay, next name on the list here would be Mr. Randy Gregory.
No, not Randy Gregory, no.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, Ryan. You don't like this 31 tackling grade from last year?
Isn't this the guy that keeps getting kicked out of the NFL for beating the crap out of people?
Is he?
He kept getting in a bunch of trouble.
I thought the trouble was like, maybe it was that.
It was something. He was a freaking head case.
Marijuana usage?
Maybe I don't
know.
Like
that was like
look at his snap counts every year. The guy never plays.
Yeah. What a strange.
And it's like he played 2015-16, nothing in 17, came back in 18, missed 19, came back in 20, 21, and then he's been in the league since.
Hold on a second. 2022 with Denver, he's got 4 snaps in the slot. Is this Preston Smith?
There we go. Now we're talking.
Oh man, I might change my answer. No, I'm go down. I love how JJ was kind of like, just use your thumbs, and now we're just talking, we're going on and on about.
Sorry, there you go. There's Randy Gregory right there.
Yeah, sorry.
No.
I mean, I think I know what all of our answers are on this, but he's on the list. So Yannick Ngakoue.
No.
I mean, come on. I feel like at this point we should just let him collect his final Infinity Stone of NFC North teams and be done with it.
Yeah, a camp edge.
Cleveland Furl.
No.
It's funny. Really, I know we're trying to go fast, but it's super funny. Like NFL teams, you always talk about like, oh, they value where you were picked, and it's very true. Like with how guys are getting contracts and the popularity. Cleveland Furl like the exception to the rule.
Nobody gives a crap.
He goes fourth, and it's like, man, that was everybody's kind of going like, Raiders did that.
I was going to say, to be fair, he went at fourth, but the entire NFL laughed at the Raiders for taking him at fourth because that was the dumbest thing ever.
Kind of like, what are you doing?
I do remember a couple of people when he was taken being like, actually, this is a really smart pickup because blah blah. This is really underrated.
Well, that was like all the guys on TV were saying that. Mayock and everybody else were like, this. Well, I tell you what, this is actually a pretty good move here. It's like
that was Mayock's pick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I meant like those guys, but you're probably right. It is Mayock.
Mayock probably let him know 10 minutes before. He's like, hey,
that's true.
This guy, I need some PR.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna need your backup big time here, boys.
All right, guard Dalton Reisner from the Vikings, 29 years old.
I don't think he's terrible, is he? Maybe he is.
Not horrific.
Some pass block, run block splits. I'll put it here.
I mean, 2023 was down a little bit, but he looks like Runyon to me.
Yeah.
73 blocking grade, 53 run blocking. Although the week to week is pretty rough.
Yeah, week to week. If he can, the best game as a pass blocker last year against Detroit.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
Okay.
And one of his bad games was against the Packers, so we'll scratch that one.
Perfect. Yeah,
doesn't count.
Yeah, definitely not.
I'll talk myself into it. I'm kind of considering we have nobody right now. I'll call it sideways.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it sideways as well. I don't. Yeah, okay.
Who needs O-line when you have Aaron Rodgers? Too old for this. Says.
Oh, man. Telling you, Garrett Wilson and Dunze and Aaron Jones apparently all on the same team.
Per Matt Schneidman and Diana Rossini, quote, the Packers wanted Aaron Jones to take at least a 50% pay cut entering the final year of his deal.
Yeah.
After being released, Jones is drawing instant interest from, you guessed it, the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, interest from the Vikings doesn't mean Jones is interested in the Vikings. All right?
Yeah. Screw the Vikings.
Please, Houston.
Yeah.
I want our boy. Please. I don't want him in this.
Here's a unverified thing saying that the Ravens, Texans, Cowboys, and Vikings have all contacted Jones's.
You know what? I don't hate Baltimore either.
He can go to Baltimore. He can go to Houston.
I'm going
to be a little bit annoyed if he goes to Dallas or Minnesota.
Yeah. So, why would he go to Dallas? To not get carries when McCarthy's down there? I don't get it.
That's true.
True.
That's true. I forgot about the McCarthy thing.
Yeah.
I wonder if that makes it more likely he's going back to Dallas. You think he's going to go back? I mean, he seems like one of those good guys that wants to help out an old friend. You know,
he could for that reason, but he's got to be like, okay, listen, there's no sitting me on the bench, for 6 weeks while you're playing, Deuce Vaughn at running back. Like I'm the guy. Okay, you should know that by now. And so I think it's possible with the McCarthy connection, which,
let's see here. What about?
I don't blame him for saying no to that. I'll be honest.
What about Donovan Peoples-Jones?
No.
I don't know what he's been up to.
I'm not.
He did kind of nothing in Detroit this past year.
I feel like, I don't really want a mid to low tier receiver. I mean, he's going to be below 4 or 5 of our guys right now, so I don't really think so. Michael, please refrain from using foul language.
Oh, I see he got banned.
Did he?
That's what I see.
Oh yeah, Michael was banned and their comments were removed.
Yikes.
And I didn't even have to do it.
I didn't even see anything.
He said something that the Streamlabs auto mod didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Michael's got a little bit of a temper. He's got a mouth on him, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, is he going to be permanent banned now?
I don't know.
He
I don't know.
You might have to go manually unban.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to.
It's fair.
He's kind of a douche.
It's fair.
What news did Cheesehead TV just break?
I think it's
50%.
It was the 50%.
It was okay.
Which, yeah, I don't.
And I mean, I think that's kind of the point. It's like, because we were so stupid with the cap, we were doing this whole all-in thing. All the money gets backloaded, so he needs to take a big pay cut so that our overall cap, his pay plus all this bulk nonsense, comes down to a number we can tolerate.
Yeah.
So it's like, we need to take a huge chunk of your salary, and it's like, there's no way, dude. And it's like, well, Aaron Jones will definitely do it because he's cool like that. It's like, well, if you remember last time he took a pay cut. Hey, Michael is our douche. Sorry, I apologize. I'll go unblock him. All right, don't worry about it. But what did Aaron Jones say when he? Michael bad talked to Aaron Jones. That's what it was. No, but Aaron Jones said he was still getting paid like top of the market. Yeah, so he's like, I don't see it as a terrible thing. So there's a difference between being willing to take a pay cut and being asked to take significantly below your value.
Right. Yeah, I think. I get it as somebody who was crying on the floor at about 3:15 local time today. I get it. He wasn't healthy, but man, when you look at all the efficiency stuff with running backs over the last like decade and a half, I mean, he's top 3, and it's like not even like it's the tier. It's the 3 people in a tier by themselves because he's just been that good.
Yeah,
and like I'll say it with chest right here. Put him in the ring. Put the name and number out there.
I agree.
With the rest of them.
Just do it.
I don't care. Do it. Do it.
Here's a poll on Twitter. Which of these teams would you hate seeing Aaron Jones go to the most?
Oof.
Okay, this is brutal, and I'm shocked at the results. Here's the 4 options.
Okay.
Bears, Vikings, 49ers, or Cowboys.
I'm guessing Cowboys is number 1.
Yeah, probably.
Cowboys is not number 1.
Okay.
The Niners are 1?
Which one do you think is number 4?
Chicago.
49ers?
It is the 49ers. It's
4th?
paltry.
That's what I would have picked.
I just think people don't dislike the 49ers as much as we do.
Why?
They hate Dallas way more than I do. They don't hate the 49ers as much as I do. And then Bears and Vikings, whatever. We all hate them.
It's me. I'm they.
You're they.
Because I live in Michigan, I care the least about the Vikings in the NFC North. I just don't really care about them that much.
Yeah.
So I don't really identify with all the Vikings hatred. I don't like the Vikings, but I don't have that same like, anybody but the Vikings. That to me, that's the 49ers. Like anybody but the 49ers is kind of how I feel.
See, I think I would pick the 49ers. Like, yeah, sure, go there.
Here, wait a minute. I can do something about this. There we go.
Yeah, Peter, I get your point. I get your point, but Aaron Jones is one of the few guys that has some level of just baseline loyalty. He takes slightly less money than he probably get elsewhere just to stay with the Packers. And if there's pretty close offers between like Dallas, where he's got a guy that he knows and it's familiarity with, and he's very close with his family, getting back to Texas, I think he would take less to go to either Houston or Dallas than to end up in Minnesota, who is a rival to the Packers. I think the Vikings would have to offer significantly more if that isn't just outright off the table.
Ryan, where would you rather see him go? Just straight up head to head, Vikings versus 49ers.
What's the middle one?
Just Vikings or 49ers.
Oh, Vikings or 49ers. Man, I would almost say 49ers.
You'd rather see him go to the 49ers?
Or I'm sorry, I would almost say I'd rather him go to the Vikings.
Yeah.
As weird as that sounds, I feel like the Vikings are not very good. I wouldn't really hold it against Jones because it's like we let him go, whatever. The 49ers, like for him to go there, it's still a spit in our face, right? Because the 49ers are a rival and they're going to be the team that's fighting for us. The Vikings we're going to see them twice. We're going to beat them probably twice. The 49ers are going to stop us from getting to the Super Bowl. So yeah, go to the Vikings. Don't go to the 49ers.
We were kind of just talking about like, oh wow, look at all the weapons Atlanta could have on one team. If Jones went to the Niners, you have to somebody has to be on the bench every play.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
That's about
that would be kind of insane.
Compliments that I can stomach going the 49ers way. Let's move on.
That would be absolutely insane.
Von Bell, any interest?
Well, Von Bell predates Jeff Hafley at Ohio State, so that's not really a connection.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. I thought you were referencing something I said, and I wasn't referring to that.
Oh, I was just answering the question. Do we want Von Bell? I was just saying, like, there's no Jeff Hafley connection there.
Gotcha.
Wow. This is pretty sick on Von Bell. Just like snap counts. He has over 2,600 snaps in the box and at free safety. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like year to year.
Yeah.
It was 2019.
He's played 8,000 snaps in the NFL.
Yeah, that's insane. He's the anti-Marcus May.
Yeah. and he's I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, so this guy's played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's played 8 seasons. He's got to be 31? No, he's 29.
Like last year in New Orleans, 460 snaps at free safety, 210 in the box. Then goes to Cincinnati, 511 in the box, 231 at free safety. Like, what can't this guy do at a decent level?
He's only getting paid $7 million a year on his current deal, he was released now, so he still had one more year left on his deal.
Oh, you know what? No, we got to sign him.
What's up?
The most recent team was Carolina. Everybody who leaves there is
That's
good.
true. Yeah.
This is the way, everyone.
I'm not opposed to it, but I'm also not like gotta have it.
Yeah, I mean, the only good thing, assuming he's really cheap, is like he had one bad game all year, legitimately. He didn't have any good games, really, but he had one bad game. So if we have our stud safety, if we got a guy that's just never bad, I think that's a good thing. I'll take that. Now, he is possibly trending down due to age and wear down, but, still, I'll take a 63 grade every single week. I have no issue with that, honestly.
Over than, like, every other game being those first two.
Right, or like Savage, where it's like he'll give you a couple 93s, but you also get like some 23s. So,
And like other than that one first game, really, the tackling is take that all day.
Right.
Just eliminate that Atlanta game, and we're like, that's pretty good.
He was their safety 2 in Carolina, so Xavier Woods.
Oh yeah, Xavier
played a little more and graded out significantly better. They got not much else. They got Jeremy Chin and Sam Franklin Jr., both of whom played under 300 snaps. So I don't know, like for $6 million or less, sure.
It's the thing I love about McKinney is I have such low standards for the other guy. I probably shouldn't, but it's like there's such a wide pile of guys that I'd be happy with to just come in and be that hammer, that cleanup guy. Like, you don't need to be a stud. We got the stud. The eraser or whatever you call him.
Yeah, it's true. Just need like anybody in the box to be, reliable tackler, contribute against the run.
Just don't suck. Don't be that guy that like there's a guy there and you run up and you miss the tackle.
Yeah, you said it. If your tackling grade's like 78 to 80, every week, and your total grade's like a 65 to 68 every week, like, sign me up. Be consistent.
Professor Cakes.
We're fine.
Professor Cakes, you got to be careful, man. We already
come on now.
No, he got,
Take it
Michael,
easy.
Ryan, did you like ramp up the sensitivity on automod?
No, I don't usually have this on here, and I guess it's just relatively clean. But I have my Streamlabs running because I was running polls before. So now that it's up, I got the little guy in here.
So this question from Facebook user actually is an interesting one to me. Why don't we see brands doing sort of deals like this to keep players cheap on their team? Like, listen, I basically like NFL boosters, right?
Yeah.
Like, and like most of these billionaire owners own a bunch of other companies anyways. Couldn't you just have your oil company, like have, I don't know, Patrick Mahomes be a sponsor, and then, like the Chiefs pay him $5 million a year, but whatever oil company or whatever is paying him $100 million a year. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
And not even just Quick Trip, right? Culver's. Let's get in on that, right? Woodman's, right? Woodman's got some. Yeah, and so like, there you go. Like,
I wonder if it's got to be a CBA thing. Otherwise, they'd be all over that.
Right? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Right there from Donald. Big no.
Yeah, but only if they catch you.
Right.
Is this tampering?
Idiot.
You stupid idiot.
Wait, Donald, what poll did you want here? Oh, is this? Oh, you want the poll, Ryan? Can you set up one of those polls so people can vote about the team they don't want him to go to? People would love that.
Yeah, let's do it.
So it's Vikings, Bears. Well, how many options can you put in there?
I think 10.
So what about this? Let's have the poll be: you have to pick a team that you do want him to go to of the list, right? Do we want to do that? Or just keep it what it was, and you can't.
Let's keep it what it was.
Which team do you want him to go to the least? Brian, you can't share links in chat. You know that.
What?
Brian, is this the video where he was saying like, "Hey, they're not bringing Josh Jacobs in here to replace Aaron Jones, you silly gooses"? I think that's the video.
I just for about 65 minutes there, that running back room was legendary.
Right?
And
Tommy Townsend is going to Houston.
And with like wide receiver so cheap right now in the room, tight end so cheap right now in the room, tackle so cheap right now in the room, quarterback relatively cheap for now, right? Until May or something like that. And it was the perfect time to just be like, all right. Jacobs and Jones for all that money? Okay. We'll get out of there.
Facebook user, are you saying that you are Garrett? Because normally I think we can see Garrett's name.
Yeah.
Are you saying that's who you are?
I think
believe
that
it.
happened.
I think
last
that's a
week,
signature,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that happened last week.
Henceforth, you shall be known as Garrett Stritzel. And if you're not,
No, Garrett Facebook user Stritzel. That's what we got to do. Facebook users in
So I got Bears, Lions, Vikings, 49ers, Cowboys. Who else are we adding to this? Anybody, or is that good? Who else would suck?
Chiefs.
Sure.
People seem to hate the Chiefs.
I don't know that.
The only problem is Chiefs and Cowboys both start with a C, and then we're getting complicated with.
Yeah.
Well, can't you do
voting.
just Dow for Dallas and KC?
I know, but you know how hard
Like,
it is
wait
to
a
get people
minute.
to vote, period?
Wait a minute.
It's
All
like
right,
pulling
Dallas
teeth
Chiefs.
just to ask for things. If you complicate it with like 2 letters, there's no way.
Yeah.
Okay, so just leave it at what it
Honestly,
is.
Aaron
And
Jones
it's all
in that
good.
jersey sounds
All right.
pretty cool.
All right.
I'm not going to pin that. Well, maybe. You know what? I will.
Oh. Wait.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Here's another good one.
All right, here's your
Live to be
poll.
legend.
Bears, Lions, Vikings, 49ers, or Cowboys. Use exclamation point space and then either B, L, V, 4, or C.
Gosh, that 4 threw me off. I'm like, what the heck is it doing there?
49ers.
Yeah. Thank appreciate it. I was very confused.
I don't know. I think this is.
I'm gonna vote.
Is this going to do it as Packernet or as me? Let's see.
If you do it from our chat here, yeah, it's Packernet.
Well, that just means I get to vote twice.
I'm gonna go vote.
Thanks for doing that for me.
I mean,
I have to stay true. I'm gonna stay true to. Like they won't do it because Oh, we've got DeAndre Swift. Cool. Like,
DeAndre Swift and Roshan, and who's the other guy? Who's the other running back they have there? Khalil.
Yeah. Chicago would be kind of very funny, where it'd be like, this is I don't want Aaron Jones to go there, but like Chicago signs DeAndre Swift, and like Aaron Jones gets released. They're like, oh, I didn't think of this. Yeah, DeAndre, we're not doing that.
Here's the crazy.
Go find another team. Like, yeah, we'll be doing that instead.
The crazy thing to me is that the Bears overvalue rushing so much, and yet they always go out and just sign garbage running backs. Like they don't go make the Saquon. I don't really like Saquon very much. They don't go try and acquire Christian McCaffrey. I'm like, Roshan is good, but like for how much they overvalue running backs, they're still not taking swings in the first round like the Lions are. I don't get it.
Yeah, Bears don't have the gumption the Lions do.
Well, they also don't have the draft picks because they trade them all away.
No,
That's part of the reason the Bears never have any players is because they never have any draft picks.
They could take Trey Benson at 9 this year.
Ironically, they don't have any draft picks because they use them to acquire players who aren't good. And then they don't have it's a vicious, weird circle.
It's weird. It is super weird because it's like you can't actually sit here and name a lot of players that they acquired with all these draft picks by trading them away and stuff.
But
or
they
even drafting
did.
them. They still just don't have any players.
Right.
The
Mick Knight says, exclamation point, Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah. Yep. I should have added that one. That's my bad.
Yeah. Darn it.
That would suck so bad if he went
crossed my
to Rio
mind.
de
And
Janeiro.
now I don't like it at all.
He just said screw football and went to Rio de Janeiro.
Someone put exclamation point Finland in there. I dare you.
The Bears would hurt because why hurt your legacy like that and suck with the Bears?
Yeah, that would be rough.
49ers because they are real competitors every season. Here's the thing. If he goes to the 49ers, he'd probably win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years. Probably.
Can't blame him for that.
I mean,
Do you think Justin Jefferson will be the next Viking to leave? No, I don't think that Kwesi has any intention of letting Justin Jefferson walk.
Jefferson's going to own part of that team.
He's going to be like Stephon Diggs. He's going to force his way off.
It may be. It's like, man, I don't like this guy Addison. Steal my touchdowns. Get me out of here.
Too old for this. Put the whole thing in one comment and then I'll pin it.
Too old for this, but American Samoa.
He's trying to, but his first attempt.
American Sonia.
Sonia.
That American Sonia. Who is she?
Oh, burn! Wombat Mode says, what do you mean the Bears did take a running back at 12 in 2021, didn't they?
So close, 11, but yeah. Yeah, it was 11. The only reason I know that is because I think it was Dallas Dallas and Philly were like on the other sides of the Giants before they traded that.
Hey, here's another free agency thing. Darnell Savage got $21 million, got $12 million of it guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that if his market had been as bad as Packer fans said it was going to be, I think he'd be back. But
yeah,
you're talking $21 million for 2 years or 3 years or whatever. Like, no chance the Packers were wanting to commit that kind of money to him after how the last 2 years have gone.
Oh, man. Yeah. The Jaguars are doing things today. That's all I have to say.
I mean, are the Jaguars tanking or are they just doing a weird?
They're they're definitely weird. Put it that way. They're an injury away from like, hey, you guys, we're still confident in Mac Jones throwing this ball to Gabe Davis. Okay, we're confident in it. Okay, like they're very strange.
The phrase "Welcome to Green Bay" is trending on Twitter. It's amazing.
Heck yeah.
Oh, so Xavier McKinney tweeted like say cheese.
Yes.
So I retweeted it, and within about 1 second, my like notification thing filled up to where it like had the plus on it. I'm like, oh, I'm interested to see what this is. So I click it. There's already like 40 likes on my retweet of Xavier McKinney.
Oh, I know. That's the most annoying Twitter notification that there is.
So I refreshed
retweet. It's like, bro, it's not my tweet.
Yeah.
Why is the like showing up for me?
I refreshed it. Within about 2 minutes, it was over 300 likes on my retweet of it. People are pumped about McKinney.
No kidding.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, I mean, we mentioned it. People are hyping. We're hyping that up. Like, this is the guy at safety. And, like, everybody, it was the classic, like, oh, man, get your hopes up type of thing. And then, it comes across the wire and you're like, oh, my gosh, they did it.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I don't blame anybody. The excitement is palpable. Right.
Yeah, and it's like you said before, JJ. It's, in 2019, we did make all the good moves, but nobody wanted those good moves because they were bigger names. So it's like we made all the big moves and we spent all the money and we got all the best players, but everybody was pissed because it's like, bro, I wanted Justin Houston. I wanted this guy. I wanted that. Like, I wanted Justin Houston. It was like, oh, man. I mean, I'll take it, but whatever. So this time it's the big name, which is pretty unusual.
Yeah.
Andrew Brandt tweeted
What? Panthers are moving to Haiti. By the way, I had a little diatribe today about Haiti because somebody, I don't know, I was looking for something and then I just saw on Twitter it was like Haitian cannibals. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I looked it up and I'm like, holy crap, that's a thing. Anyways, sorry, let's get back to football.
Looks like Spotrac made an error with Grover Stewart's contract. Online, it says 3 years, $390 million.
Mm.
Man,
Dang.
hopefully that clears.
Dang.
Check clears from the Colts.
Hopefully Spotrac's the one that made that error, not the team that faxed it over to the league office.
Right. Is man, this the value of this contract. Look at all these QBs that he's beating right now with this contract. That's impressive stuff. Didn't quite get as much as Mahomes on the full lifetime of the deal, but 3 years versus 10. Wow.
Yeah.
You talk about resetting the market.
Dang.
So he tweeted, one of the guys I follow, he tweets that, and people are like, who is this? Is this a real person? Just telling you,
to be fair, that's usually the reaction when the Packers sign anybody.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's true. Especially in the draft,
Right.
I feel like that was very, I don't know, maybe not for you guys, but I remember in 2016, I think, right? 2016? Wait, yeah. When it was Kenny Clark, it was kind of like, who? What? Look at all these guys who are here, right? The Bama guys and Miles Jack, and everybody was, kind of jacked up about those guys. It was kind of like, that's very Green Bay. Yeah. Who?
I think Kenny ended up being the first decent Packers first round pick in like a half a decade.
Yes. Very much so. The poll is looking good. I am the only Bears vote, which is fine. I get people not wanting to see a juggernaut in San Francisco, where there might be times where Purdy doesn't even need to be on the field, and it's Aaron Jones, McCaffrey, Wildcat. So
I just wonder if the Packers actually getting all the big names now means that we are going to draft Cooper DeJean.
That would be fun.
You know what I mean? We got all the guys that the fans wanted, and then we go to the draft and we just draft it's going to be Jonathan Brooks. We're going to get Newbin. We're getting everybody. We're going to get Edgerrin. I don't know how that's all going to work, but it will.
Or trade. Packers send pick 25 and extra to Seahawks for pick 16 for Quinyon Mitchell.
There you go.
There
you go.
It seems like the league still likes beat you to it. Facebook user, sheriff department, computer.
Suck it.
But it seems like the league still likes Arnold first. So if Ballard balks at 15, let's go. So I did do a mock before I jumped on, and it ran a little bit longer, so I wasn't here for the intro. Obviously, you guys know that, and chat probably knows that as well. But I traded up for Terry and Arnold.
There you go.
I was kind of like, but I will say I had to give up 58, and I didn't like it. Wasn't a fan of I can't do anything. Why is it passing my picks? So.
Compliments of Aaron Rodgers. You get Quinyon Mitchell or Terry and Arnold.
Yeah, I'm in. Secondary.
You guys want to do a short post day one of legal tampering mock draft?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, indeed.
All right, mock draft simulator.
Should you say you're doing that on that computer? Facebook user Garrett Stritzel. That's so funny.
Hey, Gary, you got to be careful. You're going to lose your job.
Yeah.
And then you're going to blame us for it. And that's not going to be fun.
That was just a hilarious comment. Just kind of out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm using this computer. Weird flex, but okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So let's do want to do a 3-round draft? 4 round?
Yeah. At least.
Let's do 4.
At least 4. You can't not do a 4 round with the Packers' success in round 4 recently.
Well, and we have, We have 2 2s and 2 3s. So this gives us, what, 6 picks each? It's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Oh wait, are we all doing it? Are we doing the same deal?
What, all 3 of us?
We could just
you
do a
can't pick them?
consensus or something. I don't care. Do whatever.
I'm confused. What are we talking about?
I thought the way you said like we each get to make 6 picks, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, wait, you're gonna do the fun thing? Vote which one's better. No, I got you.
Well, I mean, I figured we'd do it the same way we've done the last 2, or we could just consensus vote on who we wanted each pick.
Either way, I don't know. I don't know if it would get too crazy, too long if we did that, but I know I'm down.
Oh, Jaden Daniels went first. No, he didn't. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so if Caleb Williams is available at the pick, I'm pretty sure you got to take him. Oh, okay.
Quinion Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Fatanu.
All time.
Wow, Latu fell to 23.
Dang it.
So look, we can move back 5 picks and pick up a 4th round pick this year and a 3rd and a 4th next year. I'm actually tempted by that.
Make that 3rd round pick a 4 and I'm in. 3, 4. If you don't give me less, I'm not trading with you.
Can I, if I just click it?
I don't hate that.
This thing again.
I will say Brian Thomas is there though. So you better trade out of that pick. You better trade out of the pick if you want me to. If you don't want me to keep saying that.
Reject. I hate this. There we go. So JJ McCarthy is on the board. Brian Thomas, Jerzon Newton, Chop Robinson, Adonai Mitchell, Graham Barton. What are we doing? Are we picking our own guys, or are we voting on who we're taking?
I'm fine.
Let's we'll do consensus.
Yeah. We're almost at 90 minutes. We can just we'll definitely be doing that again, I'm sure, JJ. So
who do you guys want to take here?
Yeah, you already know I pick.
You're picking JJ McCarthy.
No.
Brian Thomas.
Close, so close. Hey,
is anybody's vote not go to Brian Thomas?
You got to go to a simulator where he's not available, which there aren't many of those. And no, I'll be serious. I promise. I think Newton or Barton. Nick Knight, I did not agree to this.
Do you not want Brian Thomas?
No, I do, but like
he's not going to be there, so you don't want to do it.
Yeah, he's not going to be. He's going 15th or 17th, I think. I don't think. I don't know.
You're gonna look so silly if he falls to 25 in real life.
Oh yes, I'm going to look silly as I jump up and down, seeing that he's. I'll look silly I'll look silly twice, Jay. In fact, how about that?
So I'm
Barton or Newton for me. I could be talked into either.
I'm staying true to who I am, and I'm still sticking with Chop Robinson here. That's my vote, Chop Robinson.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone that I could see that would be better. Jake, where are you leaning?
If you guys want to go Chop, I'm fine with that. I think I'd go Newton or Barton. I'm good either way with that. But Chop Robinson is just the classic like traits versus production argument.
Yeah.
And it's like, with Packer fans, it's very much like Gary's in the brain once you talk about that, right, with Chop. So
chat. Let's hear the tiebreaker.
Well, if you two are in on Chop
so far,
not in on Chop, I think we have.
That's true.
Yeah. But 2 old for this and I are just on the same page. We just want to instigate. We want to
agitate
a lot of things. Yeah, we're just agitators out here talking about Worthy and Thomas and McConkey as like picks at 25 or 41 to just irk everybody.
Oh, we got 2 votes for Chop already.
Yeah.
Blake says Chop. Michael says Chop.
See, what Adam is saying is what I tried to do. That took 2.5 hours.
Change my vote.
Yes.
All right. First pick off the board is Chop. Wow. JJ McCarthy is still here. Holy cow. There, he's finally gone.
Please.
45-year-old Dylan Laube.
Yes.
Oh, take the deal.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
We're moving back one pick.
One
and we get a
spot.
third,
I swear,
fourth,
though,
two
if
fifths, and
they
two
pick
sevenths.
Their
Martin,
entire
I'm gonna be upset.
2025.
Okay, you know what? I'm
gonna be upset if
accept on
they
this. We're
take
gonna move
Martin,
back
though.
one pick.
Oh no.
We're move back one pick. I want to know who they're taking with that. They wanted him.
Oh, they didn't.
No, get out of here, Kansas City.
Oh,
Well, they didn't take Barton, so who did they take?
I don't know. I can't see because this stupid thing won't get off my screen. Quit it.
wait, McCarthy wasn't available, so
Why?
look at Paul Smith out here, agitator. Welcome.
I hate this trade screen.
I don't know what.
Get off my screen.
I know, I love it. The Ravens are offering the Chiefs 2025 7 on my screen. That's how can you possibly do that?
Okay.
DeCosta's just like that.
It won't scroll up far enough to see.
Oh,
but
it's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
Yeah, it is. That's hilarious.
Dude, this site
They gave up almost
glitchy
their
for me.
entire 2025 draft for Bo Nix. Yeah. Okay. You can have whatever you want.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun next year spending Minnesota's entire draft.
Yeah.
Basically, no matter how Bo Nix turns
Me
out.
too.
We got a lot of picks that we can trade right now.
Yeah.
Just start trading it right now.
Yeah. Will anyone accept that for 43?
43?
Yeah.
Let's see. How do you make a trade for 43? Here we go. Trade. Okay, let's see here. 43 belongs to Atlanta.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right.
Ooh, you know what? No. Arizona has what did they just have? Go back to Arizona. That's a lot. Yeah, give up the entire draft for those 3/3. I don't care.
Let's see.
Please work.
So we got next year. We got a third.
Give up all of 2025.
All of 2025. All of it. Every
Give
single
them
fourth,
everything.
Fifth,
every single pick.
seventh.
We have all of Minnesota's. Those picks are gonna be higher.
Seventh.
You're gonna have to give it 2. You're gonna have to give it 2. No. Why are we giving up this draft?
Well, because
we're not making those picks. Yeah, we're not
That's
making
right.
those picks.
That's right. Keep going.
But you gotta give up the 2 though, I think. There it is. There's some.
We're getting closer. Keep going.
What
are we gonna have enough? We're gonna have just enough, maybe.
Oh, you're gonna have to give up the 4.
Oh,
Maybe drop one of the thirds.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I hate this website.
Been hijacked.
Let go.
Okay.
That's what happens when you try to put 15 picks in a deal. We're not the NBA out here. We can't be doing this.
Just stop. Let's just move on.
My vote's for Barton.
Yeah. All right. So Graham Barton is still here. Do we want to give it to Jake as a consolation prize?
Yeah, I think so. We need a guard bad.
We could get Tavondre Sweat or Roman Wilson.
Also, I'm getting tired of Cooper and Newbin, so let's just do Graham Barton.
Oh, you're going to be real tired when Cooper's available. Oh, so close.
Newbin's still there. Newbin is still there.
I mean,
I feel like you can't pass him at this point.
That?
Yeah.
What's this? All right. Sure. You silly machine.
Gonna be here a minute, I guess.
Struggling.
Listen, I know it's fun to take Newbin. How do we feel about TJ Tampa?
I like TJ Tampa a lot.
That's fine.
At 58. Just
I like it. Yeah, let's do it.
Not that
I'm getting a little bit tired of seeing Junior Colson mocked to the Packers too.
Yeah,
so this is at least something different.
I like the idea of Tampa, I think.
I kind of like the idea of going a little offense here, though.
Oh, I wouldn't mind. You want to go Corley? Sure. A super young tight end, Jatavian. Yeah, okay. I'd be talking to Jalen Polk.
Got let's look at what tackles are available here.
Oh yeah. Yep. 36 plus inch arms. Amagaji? Okay. Oh, you got to pull my leg, I guess. You know?
I love that Jake loves everybody.
Yeah.
He just gets so jacked about everybody.
Oh, just
4th round tackle. Like, heck yeah, take him at 58, dude. He's a stud. I love him.
Jake, what was your live reaction to the Packers 2020 draft class?
As you want to see it? I have all that archived.
You
It's
do?
true.
I do want to see that because
Yeah.
That would be some fun material.
Once I get to 2K subs, I'm posting the Jordan Love reaction that was live.
There you go.
And I think it might be a little underwhelming, but I was like, I couldn't believe what I was looking at.
this person's name is Prince Capsaicin. I love that. That's a great name.
They were in
Capsaicin.
Yeah, no, I thought it was Caspian at first because apparently I can't read. And I'm like, whoa, that's
Maybe it's a play on Prince Caspian, but it's Prince Capsaicin. That
Yeah.
probably is what it is.
Makes sense.
Let's see, Ryan. Tell me a position you want to see.
We're still on this. I mean, I was good with either Newbin or Tampa.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, we can do that. I just thought it'd be fun to draft some offense.
Well, Graham Barton's on
three
offense.
other picks for offense. Yeah.
Is a guard not offense?
I like Tampa. I think it's fresh. Feels fresh, at least.
All right, TJ Tampa with our second round pick.
Yes.
Get ready. We're gonna get some BS trade offers that won't get off my screen.
I mean, if Kinchins is still available at 88,
I can't even scroll. There we go.
I don't think I'm opposed to this.
Amagaji's gone. Adisa Isaac, Cam Kinchins, Eichenberg, Colson. One trade offer to move back 2 picks and pick up a 4th rounder next year. Dude, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Heck yeah, I would.
And then try again to get all those 3rd round picks. I'm kidding. Do not. Why? Why does that? Is that Pelosi with tattoos on her face?
That is who it is.
She's like a.
Oh, it is that.
She looks like what do you call the Mexican gang members or whatever?
Oh,
MS-13s.
I forgot about MS-13. I haven't heard about them in years.
I don't know. Yeah, they're probably not the cool ones anymore.
Okay, Malachi Corley is still here. Oh, Tez Walker. Come on, that's got to be the pick, right?
yeah, the thinner Watson. Yeah, I'm down. But is Wisconsin down?
Wisconsin. What about Wisconsin?
Are they down for
Blake
the
Corum.
receiver? That's fine.
Not Braylon Allen.
No. Could talk me.
Next time we do one of these, one of you guys needs to stream it on this site because it's so glitchy on my computer. Just this site is the only thing that doesn't work on my computer.
Yeah, I mean, I it gets glitchy like the first time for me, and then after that, it's pretty smooth. So I could probably do it.
Yeah, it's just I think it's like, oh man, look at all these ads that I have to handle, and the computer's not
there's
ready.
a lot.
You get like slapped in the face, and then it's like, oh, I can smooth this out.
I feel like I need to put ad block on here and then try this site again.
What's that linebacker?
Might help.
You want to say linebacker? Oh, it's true. We do need some linebacker help. Not a Clemson kid.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, Nathaniel Watson. I don't know if we take him here at 90, but I like him a lot.
Prefer not to do that, but
Lufau, Barrett.
They're already giving you a gift with him ranked 193rd, so you know.
Oh, you like him better than that? I like him a lot, but I feel like I'm higher on him than everybody else is.
Oh, I like him higher than that 193. Yeah.
Ryan, do you like Watson, or are you just meh on him?
I can't remember. Hold on. I don't think he was one of the guys that I liked. I want to see if I even looked at him. Oh, he's absolute bottom of my list. Oh, no. It says need to watch because he didn't have any tape. That's what it was.
Okay.
Sorry.
He's stressed me out. We're gonna disagree on Bookie. Oh no. That's is what it is.
So we gotta find you some tape on Mr. Watson.
They might have it now. I'll check again.
Trey Benson, Blake Corum, Jalen Wright, Lauby.
It amazes me how like legitimately nobody wants Corum now.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You and I have gone back and forth on Corum.
You're right. We have been playing tennis with ourselves, so that's fair.
I mean, probably like 6 or 7 weeks in a row, you and I stayed on the call after our live stream and went back and forth on Corum.
Yeah. This is true. Blake Corum keeps JJ and I up at night because we just don't know. what we're getting post injury. But they did. I do like one of the images of the combine that's going to stick with me is like they were showing Quorum and Marshawn Lloyd side by side in that drill where you kind of have to anticipate or process where the tackling dummies are being pushed. So you have to react quickly. And it just shows how like natural Quorum is with those recognition skills. And also like how like tight he can play with his feet to his frame to like make those quick cuts. Whereas like Lloyd is like trying to like, he's going way outside. He's getting outside the frame and he's kind of got to gather himself. And you just see him like getting further and further behind Quorum in the drill. And it's like, yeah, this is 100% Blake Quorum. That's the only, yeah. I need to start putting that kind of stuff in scouting reports. Like, this is Blake Quorum.
You know, you probably would get a lot of traction if you were like, I'm the guy who does all this really in-depth draft analysis, but then my conclusion at the end is just a meme or a GIF.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly.
Work on this,
dude. That should be my shtick. I should do that.
I like that.
All right.
The final evaluation is a GIF.
Yeah.
All right. So I feel if we're looking at these first 3 picks, I more or less led the charge for Chop Robinson. Graham Barton was like a gift for Jake. And then Jake kind of picked TJ Tampa as well. So, Ryan, I think you need to be the guy to select or at least nominate who we're taking.
Can we look at linebacker real quick?
Yeah. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit so we don't have to look at that Clemson kid.
I was just going to ask about him.
So funny. That's so
What is your aversion?
Clemson.
Clemson is the thing? Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes sense.
I'm just out on Clemson.
No, I get it.
In the NFL.
That's so funny
at this point.
But like, truthfully, it's kind of like, all right, how many times have you heard about Clemson defensive end? Where are they now?
Right. Yeah, they're awful.
They've never been good. Ever.
Does that hold up across the defense or just pass rushers?
Man, I feel like it kind of holds up.
All right.
Everywhere. I'm trying.
What would be nice is if PFF let you sort by like college.
I'm gonna look up Clemson
because a lot of these guys will be around for a while. Jeremiah's the only one that might be going.
What do you want to see next?
Oh boy, just go back to the main thing.
Oh,
Christian Wilkins. That's right.
Do you guys want to hear the Clemson defenders?
Yes,
sure. Yeah, go ahead, do it.
100% we do.
Well, I'm gonna go back a little further, but like 2015, Vic Beasley and Stephon Anthony were first round picks.
Yes, Stephon Anthony. Who doesn't remember that, Jim?
Yeah, right. Athlete, not linebacker. But Grady Jarrett was a 5th round pick that year. The real poster child for this is definitely 2016. Shaq Lawson, Kevin Dodd, Mackenzie Alexander, TJ Green, BJ Goodson, DJ Reader. Apparently 5th round is where you take these guys. Jarrett and DJ Reader are both 5th round picks.
DJ Reader is easily the best player there.
Yeah, and then Jaron Curse in the 7th. What a throwback here. Cordrea Tankersley, 3rd round pick in 2017. Yes. Carlos Watkins, 4th round pick. 2018, the only one was Dorian O'Daniel at linebacker. Folks, we are struggling here. It's just take Clemson D tackles. 2019, Cleveland Ferrell, defensive end, 2 defensive tackles in the 1st round. Christian Wilkins, Dexter Lawrence. But also Trayvon Mullen was a 2nd round pick by the Raiders. Nice quality. Austin Bryant, defensive end. Isaiah Simmons, couldn't figure it out. AJ Terrell. Tanner Muse, Kayvon.
Okay. AJ Terrell, that's a name. AJ Terrell is a darn good corner.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. This is the first intriguing name you've said in like 5 minutes.
What? But yeah, Kayvon Wallace was that year as well. Tanner Muse. Yeah, it's not going well here. 2021, no Clemson defenders were drafted. They figured it out. The NFL. Andrew Booth and Balin Spector in 2022. Miles Murphy, Brian Brzee, Trenton Simpson, KJ Henry last year.
Were any of those guys good last year? Was Miles Murphy good? Because I hated that guy as a draft prospect so freaking much.
Not really. No.
He
The only
was
guys Terrell, Lawrence, and Jarrett. And then I get Christian Wilkins got the bag. But like it's not great.
So yeah, that's why I don't want a Clemson linebacker.
It's fair.
I understand. Why don't we just do Corum? I know it's getting boring, but I just feel like that's the pick right here.
Yeah.
Corum and Jacobs could be a fun tandem.
I think so too.
We have the very next pick.
Oh,
yeah. I think that like Corum probably not quite to Aaron Jones's level, but I feel like he's going to bring like heart, toughness, an element of leadership to a team, which I think would be well received.
Now, the one sort of, I'll just say amusing thing with Blake Corum, he is the co-owner of an LLC with.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What's his name?
Freak.
What's that guy's name?
Connor Stallions.
Yeah. All right. That sells and repairs vacuum cleaners on Amazon and then never actually like ships them out or whatever.
What?
Yeah, so it's a money laundering thing to pay all these scouts who are scouting for Michigan illegally.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's boosters give money to this LLC that sells vacuum cleaners on Amazon.
I wonder if he was asked about that at all in a combine meeting.
Oh, I'm sure
wild.
Some owner goes like, so I see you're doing this kind of LLC money laundering. I too like to do that. me an owner. We really like you. I just feel like that would be quite something, truly.
Well, the other thing, Blake Corum tweeted that he had like never even heard of Connor Stallions, and then the LLC papers come out that they co-own this LLC together. So now that is not going to dissuade me from drafting him.
I don't know,
but it's entertaining. So we have pick 91 as well that we traded for.
No, this is just our pick.
Well, we traded for 90, and now we're taking 91. So
Trotter then, or
if Aurora were still here,
I love that.
I'm so in because defensive tackle from Clemson seems to be a nice hit right there. So like,
if we draft Aurora Row, I'm going to make a T-shirt with Scooby Doo on it.
As you should. That's okay. There you go. That's his right. Blake Corum's was the one you brought up just when I'm out. They pull me back in.
Yeah. Aurora Row, Scooby Doo.
Be a Scooby Doo for meme. Yeah.
Were you watching our live stream when I got Jake to do
that was really good
that in a Scooby Doo accent?
Oh no, I didn't. I missed that.
Jake,
I thought I was being original with my Scooby Doo thing.
Name again in a Scooby Doo accent.
Yeah, I'll say it again. Aurora Row.
That's good.
I think it. Some fan base is gonna have so much fun with that.
Oh yeah.
Could still be Green Bay's.
They'll have like a chant when he goes out in the field.
Oh, that would be a horrible
imagine
chant.
You get a no. You just put Scooby Doo on the jumbotron.
Oh,
when he comes out, right? As long as he's cool with it and he kind of leans into it, I think. No. Why'd you go over there?
I think we should take Mr. Bordellini.
Oof. We need a linebacker and Bordellini. So figure it out. Jake's not on board.
No, I'm just thinking about like.
We could take Oladapo.
Yeah, man.
Ooh,
I'm in. I'm also.
We didn't get a safety yet, did we?
We didn't get a safety.
All right,
see, but this is why it's nice though, is that we don't feel like we have to get a safety because we got Xavier.
Plus, there's other rounds that we're just not doing, so we'll just assume whatever we don't get was taken care of.
Right. I mean, sort of.
I did 2 mocks before I hopped on here, and I was just like, kind of like, Oladapo's ranked 245th. I can handle that later, no problem. And that was a nice like safety net to cast. Yeah, linebacker just does not fall well in the consensus, which saddens me. Cedric Gray's always there on PFF to save me.
So the linebacker that I would be most interested in taking here, although I don't really want any of these guys,
Oh, I do. Jalen Ford.
In the third round, you want one of these guys?
No. They're all going to be there the fourth, but
That's my thing. I don't want any of these guys with this pick.
Yeah, I'm.
Here we go, punter Torrey Taylor.
Oh wow, that delayed so hard on my screen. For a second there, I'm fine with Bo Braid here. I'm also fine with Dominic Pooney here as well, but too much offensive line gets you in trouble. With the people.
Said nobody ever.
It does. It does. People are like, why are you taking 3 offensive linemen? I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh, I gotcha. Fans.
All you have to, your best comeback is like, yeah, you seen the NFL lately. O-line plays super good, right?
Kind of important.
Yeah, like oh no,
Jake,
we have
tell us
8 or
about
9
Jalen
good
Hunt.
players. Jalen Hunt. I think he's pretty athletic. I think he tested pretty well. I thought he was like 245, 247. Are you just saying that because you want to take another edge rusher?
No, I've never asked you about him before.
Oh.
He's intriguing.
Yeah, I think he kind of. I will say the Senior Bowl, he kind of looked like he was a small school player, which is not the easiest. But I do think like there's enough to tap into. I'm checking the RAS because I want to see what the size was at the position. Oh, he's 252.
I had people sending me Xavier McKinney's RAS card today. Like, man, I don't know. I'm like, dude, at best, RAS is like a tiebreaker if you're trying to decide if you should draft this guy. You don't use it to decide if a guy who's already good in the league should be on your team.
You need to, if anybody's like worried about like McKinney because of the RAS, I'm going back to check tweets on what they thought about Brian Branch.
Yeah.
Immediately. I'm immediately going to go search their name and Brian Branch. And if they're like, I don't care about Brian Branch's RAS, have you seen him play? I'm going to be like, this you? That's all
I try not to talk about Brian Branch because I was a big hater. And he had.
I was too, but it wasn't RAS.
I just didn't like how he played.
Right. I agree. My big thing was, I mean, he was a good tackler. I just didn't think he was a real aggressive football player. That was my issue. There's a difference between being like a good wrap-up tackler and being like, I'm going to go get that guy no matter what. He was doing the whole cornerback, like, I think he's got him thing, and that just annoyed the crap out of me.
I get you. Which, maybe in this defense, that's not flying anymore. You better drill some guys over the middle. Yeah, I think that's...
So I think I'm most interested in either Jalen McMillan.
Oh, I'm there.
Or Ben Sinnott. What are you guys feeling?
You have to make
this pick
between those two? That's so rude. I don't know what I want to do now.
We can't draft both with the same pick, bro. We already took Blake Corum with 90. That was your opportunity to draft 2 players you really wanted.
I just didn't think you were going to bring both of them up.
Man. I would lean offensive line in that situation. Although I understand the replacement for what's his nuts.
Which offensive lineman are you thinking?
Didn't you just mention one? McCormick?
Oh, he did McMillan, a receiver.
Oh, I was thinking McCormick.
Yeah, I was thinking Jalen McMillan.
Wrong Mick.
Yeah.
Hey, you cool it with the anti-Irish sentiment here.
Sorry.
I'll have you know that we ladies take exception to that.
Gosh, and there's a McCaffrey there as well.
Yeah, a lot of mix.
118.
So now Mason McCormick is an interesting option, though. I mean, he's the guy who had like the almost world record short shuttle. Or whatever it was.
See what I mean? In the comments right there. I feel like that is not a positive sentence.
Dude,
that is more like, why are you doing?
So I guess we're doing O-line all day. So I guess I showed up just to watch you draft nothing but offensive linemen. Great.
An edge rusher, a cornerback, and a running back, and 1 guard.
Thanks for wasting my time.
Fucking O-line.
Sorry, Spartan King. We're picking on you a little bit.
I rest my case.
Probably not what he meant.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We put the period in there. That to me says a lot.
That's the one.
Oh,
this is positive. See, you guys are a bunch of jerks.
He's like,
Spartan King,
going all O-line in this draft, aren't we?
I apologize. I state my regret.
Yeah, I state my regret.
This is Spartan King's one of my favorites to ever comment on the show.
Wow,
so we need
that's big praise.
All right, Jake.
There's desperation for like average to poor O-line play. John Running got 3 for 30. Robert Hunt just got 5 for up to 100. Like teams are desperate. Teams are desperate.
Jake, I need you to say something other than, "Oh man, I love all these guys." You need to
make a definitive statement. Damn it!
I got you. Do you want like? Here's the question.
No, I want you to just pick a player.
No, I'm asking. Here's what I'm asking. Okay, a very, very definitive question. Do you want a tackle only, or do you want a versatile player? I think that's a fair question to ask.
We have enough versatile players. I'm over the versatile.
All right, do you want a guard or tackle?
Oh, this dude doesn't have a position. He's so good, he can do everything, and then he can't even get on the field. I'm sick of that.
All right, great.
Just give me somebody who's really good at something.
Okay,
and then
Christian Haynes is really, really good at right guard. I draft him. Yes, really, really good. How is he here at 91? Blasphemy. Pick him.
I didn't even hear which name you said because I was.
Oh, Christian Haynes.
Christian Haynes.
I don't know why he's available.
Is that sarcasm, Jake?
That's
Are you mad at Nathan?
No.
All right, so we got Christian Haynes.
More O-line. Here we go.
Christian Haynes, Mason McCormick, Ben Sinnott, and Jalen McMillan. Of those 4 guys, which direction do you guys want to go?
Haynes.
I'm fine deferring.
I vote Sinnott. So, Ryan, you got to be the tiebreaker between those 2 guys.
Bortolini.
This is. Hey, did you know something good about Bortolini? He's played a lot of different spots on the line, JJ. You know, there's a lot of positional flexibility here. It's one of your favorite things. I love it. JJ goes like, all right, just give me a guy who can play like one position really well. Christian Haynes. Yeah, all right. No, tight end.
Screw that. That's stupid.
I just think Haynes being available here is hilarious. You can pick him. I'm not going to be upset. I like Benson.
We're going Ben Sinnott.
I would like to correct myself. I've said Sinnott. Believe my sister knows one of his siblings. I believe it's Sinnott.
Ben
Sinnott?
Yeah.
That's like
it's not as strong of a last. I wanted it to be Sinnott because it's a strong, last name. Oh, McMillan's still here. We're doing that.
No, that would be Jalen McMillan, not Mason McCormick, for anybody who gets those 2 confused.
Or if Nathan's interested, we could go a line here, right? I guess we didn't take a second one.
So let's see who we still got here at O-line. Nope, I guess the website doesn't want to show us that.
Okay.
None of your business.
Could you?
It's only when you draft for Green Bay. It's like, all right, stop. Other teams need O-line, buddy. Enough.
All right, so we still got Trainer Bortolini and Mason McCormick.
I think, McCormick has played exclusively left guard.
Could look at linebackers.
Kick over. Oh, yeah. This is Jalen Ford time, is it not?
That's what I'm thinking.
Bing, bada, boom.
I'd like Jalen Ford. That's my vote.
Take the linebacker.
Jake, tell us about Jalen Ford.
Tons of athleticism. I don't know if the testing was that good, but I don't really care because we spent enough time crapping on the combine itself. So I'm going to do some more. I like how much range there is in coverage, in defending the run. Dude's not afraid to hit. I don't know, Ryan. Did you when you watched him? Do you think he can play Mike? Or do you feel like...
that was leaning that way. He just seems to be that guy that's got the range, just kind of got the whole sideline to sideline thing. I liked watching him play. He just
very in control. Not
exactly.
Moving fast. It doesn't look like, oh my gosh, I can't turn, or like I have no idea.
Yeah, and I loved the anticipation and his ability to know where to go. Some of these guys, like, they're fast, but they're over pursuing, they're under pursuing. He knows exactly where to put his body. Like, okay, he's gonna come and block this way, so I'm gonna go right off the backside of this guy, and I'm gonna shoot right through that gap and tackle. It just seems to be like he always knows where to put his body in the right spot.
Yeah, linebackers who can scrape and
get
skinny and get around tight space is like, if you're not I have long arms and so powerful I can get off blocks, like having the ability to be slippery and be effective doing so without wasting a lot of motion, that's very valuable.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Jake, between Jalen Ford and Nathaniel Watson, which of those two guys do you like better head to head?
Based on what I think, even though like Watson's heavier at like 240, I think Jalen Ford's going to suit this defense a little bit better. I think Watson, I still lean and contend that Watson, even at his size, is probably best further away from the ball at the snap, and I think Ford can do both. And JJ is now rolling his eyes. I can't see him, but he goes, "Oh no, another guy can play."
There you go. Now you can see his
positions. No, I'm kidding. But I do think Ford could be the Mike, and maybe it just kind of allows Walker to either Roman coverage, which he was close to making a lot of great plays in coverage last year, or just like Sam linebacker blitz. But I think with Chop, that's who's playing that position in base. So I like it. Robinson, Ford, Walker when you're in 4-3 base.
Yeah.
Robinson, Ford, Walker.
Yeah, when you're in base 4-3, Robinson's your Sam.
Why am I drawing a blank on who the heck Ford is?
Oh, we just drafted him right there from Texas, 125th.
Oh, yeah. He fell below the cutoff.
Yeah. Gosh, can you have a better tight end room if the Packers take Sinnott? I don't think so.
Well, now we got Sinnott in it, so.
Yep. Sinnott's in it to win it.
So, T-shirt.
Yep.
We got Sinnott in it. Well, I want to shout out Mike Hebring for being the MVP donator tonight.
Yes, sir.
He kept us going. Somehow our viewership numbers have been climbing as we've been doing this dumb mock draft. I don't understand how.
I will tell you, I did a mock draft at about 6:25 right into the show, and I couldn't believe how many people are like.
There's something on Twitter right now that's going kind of nuts. It's like usually there'll be like 2 or 3 people viewing on there, and now it's like you have 500 people on Twitter watching. Like, okay, they changed something in their algorithm.
Actually, I did see a headline this morning that said that the algorithm was going to be changing. I didn't click on the link, so I have no idea how it changed, but I did see that headline this morning. It said algorithm.
And changed. I just saw Matt Ramage posted something. He had 1,000 people watching his stream today, so I think everybody's blowing up.
I have no idea if that's good or bad for Matt Ramage, though. I mean, he's like so much bigger than we are. Is 1,000 people good?
Oh, yeah. No, screw that guy for sure.
Thank you to Twitter, and also thank you to X for joining the Packers.
There's the question, though, before we go.
Oh, yeah. That kind of got derailed when
it did a little bit.
Cisco.
We got to work on that. We got to get the bells ready to go for the draft, and we'll sell them in person at the draft.
Oh, could you make different tones on each bell to do the ticker?
Oh, the do 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 do. That would be. Could you imagine if we had custom Packernet bells, and then each one? Ooh.
Oh, it's like a limited edition. There's only however many notes there are in that little jingle.
Exactly.
We make total.
Gotta talk to a music person.
We gotta get. Yeah, it's a collector's item.
I might have a music. Oh, I might try to reach out to someone who's in a lot of music production. I'll ask him.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask him about.
What notes do we need for this?
I don't know. There's 9 notes and
some
9
people actually know like
notes.
what those notes are. I don't.
Yeah. There's 9, but some of them probably repeat.
This is quality podcasting right now.
We're all sitting here thinking in our heads.
How many
dun,
bells?
dun,
How many notes?
dun, 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 dun.
But the greatest thing is it's not just us. Every one of these viewers.
Oh yeah,
Holy cow! Look at the number. It just jumped up again.
I know.
What the heck?
That's was I was doing my free agent stream, and my wife's like, "We're having some issues with our daughter. Can you please come up and help?" And I was like, "Fine, I'll jump off." I was at 500 at the time that I jumped off. I was like, "Man, if I could keep this going, I'd hit 1,000. I guarantee it," because it just kept climbing.
If you look at
JJ, you don't have to worry about Zach Moss anymore.
Can you imagine what the draft is going to be if it just keeps climbing?
Cincy. Yeah.
We're going to have 5,000 viewers on draft night by the time the Packers pick.
You will. I'm going to be at the draft.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little disappointed because the last couple of years, like, my family has been building up these cool, like, draft night traditions. And I was thinking about the other night, and I'm like, oh, dang, I'm not going to be here for that. Lame.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, then I'm not going to be here next year either.
Next year either.
Definitely on the Green Bay one.
Well, I think, everybody might be going. Eyebrow.
Yep. Aurora Row.
The only people who are not going to the Green Bay draft are like the super lame, loser, antisocial bums.
According to this mock that we did, the Vikings will not be attending the 2025 NFL draft. They gave it all away for pick 41 and bonus.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
they will not be attending.
Dude, Bo Nix
That's
better
why
have
they
a
did that
short
trade.
season.
Yeah,
They weren't
that's
going to
right.
show up anyways.
We'll go to Detroit though. That's fine.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the fact that the Bears are going to put a dome on their stinking stadium that's just going to be like deeper into the city.
Listen, like I don't mind the dome thing. What I mind is the turf thing.
Yeah.
Disgrace. Figure it out like Vegas.
Shame
and
on you.
Arizona have figured it out. Right?
I mean, you can't get a much worse playing surface than what the Bears have been playing on the last few years anyways, so does it really matter?
It's true, but at the same time, like I feel like they played a football game in a hurricane.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody got hurt.
Right.
Like I
Well,
get it.
yeah,
Like,
now their injuries are about to spike for the Bears. Nobody's
Right.
going to want to play with that crap.
Yeah.
To be fair, who wanted to play for the Bears prior to this?
No,
anyways?
yeah, zero, precisely zero people. You all right there, Jake?
I'm good. This is what happens when you come back from Florida and you're patchworking your setup really quick to get everything back. I have no idea why this camera has been unplugged. Goodness sakes. What a day. I opened I did a show like legitimately at 6:25 before I got on here, and I opened and for some reason the mic is muted. No idea why that happened. And so for about 7 seconds I was like, why can't I hear anything in the headphones? I'm a mess. Trying to put it back together. But
Got Spartan King. Thoughts on Justin Simmons to the Packers? He says, not a fan, but lots of people want him. I think this is one of those where you and I disagree on this, Ryan, because I'm like almost all the way out on Simmons.
I know I wasn't super high on him. I think the age, yeah, so the age is a problem, and the fact that he's probably going to be expensive is a problem. But I wouldn't want him now, especially now that we got McKinney. If we didn't, could it be somewhat of a short-term consolation prize? Because, again, he sets a pretty high floor. I wouldn't say all the way out, but it doesn't make a ton of sense because he's 30, so it's like a 1 year, 2 year kind of deal. He's on the downswing, but he'll be a decent football player for you for a year or whatever.
Well, rest in peace, Jake. It was nice having you. I do want to give a quick shout out to a personal hero of mine, who I'm going to quote on our way out of here as we're getting out of here. In the words of the immortal Ed Policy, go Pack, go. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This has been